Mission.
Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for watching my channel and watching my videos here on YouTube. I really appreciate it. By the way, I want to let you know if you have been watching me on VidMe as well, VidMe is going away because they couldn't make it financially, so they're shutting down. So my videos will be here on YouTube. And if I happen to find another home to copy the channel on again, I'll let you know so we always have a backup. YouTube can be, you know, you just never know, so we'll look for that again. But in the meantime, VidMe's going away. Our home's still here in YouTube, and YouTube is still viable, so I'm very grateful for that. All right, now, you'll notice on my bench today I got nothing, except this really cool pad that was sent to me by OpticsPlanet, for which I'm very grateful. So thank you, Cal, at OpticsPlanet for sending that to me. That's kind of nice. I'll use it. OpticsPlanet was also kind enough to send me something else which required a field trip. They sent me this ArchAngel stock for a Springfield M1A. And of course, you know, I started looking around trying to find a Springfield M1A because I don't own one. And, I had a buddy that lent me a bunch of them, couldn't get a hold of him again, so I ended up borrowing one from another friend. Well, that problem is that friend has a Springfield M1A that cannot be brought into the state of California because it has a muzzle device that California makes illegal, and that's a flash hider. So that entailed a field trip to lovely Yuma, Arizona, which is right on the border of California and Arizona off Highway 8. Yuma's a neat little town. It's right there by the Colorado River. That's part of the river, I think, runs kind of through it or around it. And also it's the home of lizards, snakes, desert, farmland, and a few other kind of neat things, as well as the Adair Range, which is this gigantic open range out there in Yuma where you can go and shoot. And so we had a great deal of fun out shooting this M1A at the Adair Range. Now you can see from the picture of the M1A, as I said, it's in great shape, but it does have a flash hider on it, so we couldn't bring the rifle into California. Instead, I had to take the stock to Arizona, and we got it all fitted there and tried the stock out there. Now, I got to tell you, this stock is awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed shooting this rifle with this new stock on it. In fact, as much as I love M1As, and I really do, or whatever version of Springfield makes an M1A, and other people call them other things, but I happen to like the M14 type rifles, whatever brand they are. But this stock really makes them nice. It's super comfortable, and I love the fact that it has an adjustable comb. So if you're kind of a long-necked big guy like me, you can adjust that comb up, and it'll fit you really nice. Besides, you put an optic on the rifle, you got to adjust that comb up. It also has an adjustable length of pull, so if you're a long guy like me, you can adjust that to be a little longer. You can adjust it to be shorter if you need, or whatever. I like that too. And then underneath the pistol grip part of the stock, there's a nice little cubby hole where you can store things in it. The stock is super strong and locked into the gun very, very well. Now we had to do some fitting with the stock, which is not atypical of buying a replacement stock. You got to fit it to the action and so on. But frankly, it didn't take very long. It was pretty easy. Fitting generally takes me a little longer because I'm careful about removing material. I don't want to remove too much material too fast. And with a polymer stock like that, you can just scrape the material off with a blade of a knife and keep it nice and flat, like you would plane a piece of wood with a planer. Or you can use a Dremel or whatever tool you want to use. I just did it with a knife, with a sharp knife, and scraped it off a little bit so I kept it nice and flat and clean. And then once I had it fitted and in there, every time I'd scrape a little bit off, I'd check it until I finally got it to fit in nice and tight, because with a Garand style action, you want that rifle to be in that stock good and really firm and tight. And then you don't separate it from the stock at all to clean it, because if you do, every time you separate it and put it back, it gets kind of loosey-goosey. So my M1 Garand, for example, I do not separate the metal from the wood to clean it. I clean it and leave it together because I don't want to disturb the fit of the stock with the gun. And the M1A would be somewhat similar. So I made sure it was a really good tight fit for my buddy. And of course, I don't have a use for the stock, so I left it with him. He really likes it, and it helps him out a lot. He's got a history of shooting long range. And in fact, frankly, I think he won that rifle in a competition many years ago. So it was kind of a neat thing to go out and shoot it again. He doesn't shoot it very often. Beautiful rifle, beautiful stock. So if you're thinking about getting a new stock for your Springfield M1A or for any variety of an M1A or M14 type civilian rifle, you might want to look at this stock, this ArchAngel stock. It is really cool, and I got it from OpticsPlanet. There's a link in the description so that you can find the particular stock there if you'd like to buy it through OpticsPlanet. If you choose to do that, remember to use GunGuy5 as your promo code. It'll save you 5% on all of your purchases at OpticsPlanet, not just the purchase of this stock. Now, I had some concerns about this stock in California, and I don't know if they're valid, so that's the other reason why we did the field trip. That, and frankly, it's a nice trip, and I don't mind doing it. And I will be shooting more video out at the Adair Range in the future, because that's a place where I can actually review firearms that can't come into California. So as we get more people wanting to send us firearms, I'll work a deal with an FFL out there so that we can review those for you. We'll just drive out to Yuma to do it. Not a big deal. And it's a beautiful range. Now, with this stock, I was a little concerned because of the pistol grip aspect of the stock. I don't know whether this stock would be legal in the state of California. I know California doesn't like thumb hole stocks. California doesn't like anything that has a pistol grip attached to a semi-automatic firearm where the pistol grip protrudes below the action. So I'm not sure with this kind of wraparound sort of pistol grip stock whether it's legal here or not. I've been told that people have seen M1A rifles with this aftermarket stock being sold at gun stores here in California, but that's just anecdotal. I have not seen it myself, so I can't testify to that. If you're thinking about getting this stock for a rifle in the state of California, you may want to investigate that further before you do it, so that you don't find yourself an accidental criminal. That's one of the problems with the laws here, obviously. But anywhere else in the country that isn't restrictive, if you have a Springfield M1A or any kind of M14 variant, you want to put a really cool stock on it, I can highly recommend this ArchAngel stock. It's awesome. I really liked the difference in the way the rifle felt, and my buddy really likes the stock. And once again, you can get it at OpticsPlanet, so I encourage you to check it out there. And if you ever get a chance to get out to Yuma and shoot at the Adair Range, they even have a 1,000-yard rifle range out there at the Adair Range. The deal is clean up your mess and take care of the range, and that's basically how it works. So you might check that out in Yuma if you never have. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful week and a very Merry Christmas. We've got some more stuff coming up soon, so keep sticking around. We also have I wanted to let you know too, there's also a webinar coming up with the California Rifle and Pistol Association on the California assault weapons ban that's coming up here pretty soon. So you may want to attend that. I think it's on the 19th for part 1 and the 21st for part 2 of the 19th and 21st of December. I will be there on the webinar. I won't be there physically, but I'll be listening to the webinar, and I will recap it for you here on GunGuy TV. Once again, check out OpticsPlanet if you want to get that stock. There are links in the description, and don't forget to use the code GunGuy5. Have a Merry Christmas, have a wonderful week, and please be safe.